second. Wait for an encoding server to claim placeholder video. Am I live? Well, it says it's uploading. And if I click here, yeah, there's me. Brilliant. Okay, we're all caught up. I really like this game. This game, great game. So I am going to click on play. It's called Iron Nest, by the way. Can you see it just sort of there? So if I click play. Now, I've already done like the first mission, so let's just do it again. And it's a nice tutorial. So what does it say? Iron Nest has been commissioned. Pre-operational ranging is required, blah, blah, blah. So it's the tutorial mission. There you go. You read stuff, you do this, you do that. You basically go through all the sequence of things, and then once you're happy with it, then you can do a firing. So, by the way, this protocol, you don't exactly have to do it this way, although I'm sure there's plenty of this stuff, but look how interactive this thing is. You know, I can turn this on, I can turn it off. We're inside a giant turret, and look, it's got a nice and quiet diesel machine there. Oh yeah, and here we go, here's our teletype machine. And so yeah, it's gonna type some stuff out. This are orders. Yeah, as you can see there. And everything in this game, the detail, the animation, the interactivity, this is what a game should be. So what I'm going to do here is, do you see, like, all of this stuff has got, like, stuff here? Like, it's highlighting. So, I have... Look, you can read all that. Shall I read all of this? Yeah, let's stop rushing things. High command to Iron Nest. Begin calibration firing test. Plot your firing trajectory to the target on the map. Fire high explosive shell at the target. Iron Nest location is H355. Target coordinates, target 1 is at Q442, glory to Castile. Right, so this bit is pertinent, and this bit is pertinent. Right, that's all I need to know here. So what have we got? Well, this is our Iron Nest, and as you can see, you've got two barrels. You've got a loader for the left, you've got a loader for the right. You've got your map, you've got your calculator, and the firing controls, and the receiver. And the receiver is... don't know. What happens if I press this? Well, that turns everything into red power. There we go. Oh, look, we got a window. So I'm going to turn the power back on. Like so. And we got a record. Oh, can we get a copyright strike? Because I've been getting that a lot on my streams recently for playing music, because we're entering the dark era of copyright strikes for playing any music. It's wonderful, that. Really enjoy that. So let's just press play on this very mechanical turntable. There's volume. Probably find, oh, this is registered to like some orchestra from 1954 and the copyright's still active. So anyway, if I go down here, let's open up the hatch. Oh, my mistake. I've in fact brought forth the firing controls. I'm not ready for that yet, so let's just bring you back down. Because I wanted to show you this instead. Right, so I'm going to open this. Do you know what? Hang on. One moment, please. There we go. That's a suitable volume. I'm really glad this diesel engine isn't going all the time. But anyway, so this is the menu. Do you remember this? Right at the beginning it said play game, and then back there it said Iron Nest. Yeah, that's the name of the game. Well, this is what you got, right? So you got, like, look, you got a picture of Spain. or the Iberian Peninsula, I should say, because this bit's not Spain. You have some dials. Leg system pressure. Ooh, I get a feeling this might be pertinent later on. And then over here, right, this is what you need to, before you do any of this sort of stuff, get yourself a cup of coffee. So we're just going to get some coffee. I'm going to put it in the coffee can slot, which I believe this is placeholder art. This is a demo, by the way. It's a freely available demo. So I'm going to turn the pressure up. I've turned the pressure up too much. Dial it back a bit. The problem with pressure is it's on a bit of an inertia lag, so that's too little. No, pressure's still decreasing, so increase it a bit more. Come on. Let's make the perfect cup of espresso. No, it's too much, too much. Oh. Right, that's in the green. That's good enough for me. How are you going up again? I tell you what, this needs some, like, it needs some real-time calibration, but anyway, I think I'm going to need more heat. And why is the pressure going all the way up? And that's waiting like 5 minutes for the pressure to equalise again. I tell you what, at this rate, I'd just be like, you know what, just give me some some hot steam and some coffee. No, that's too much. Too little, sorry. Right, so I've given it a tiny little crank forward. All of this needs to be done before you can get to this bit, right? This is important. Come on, I'm watching this. It's slowly going up now. Oh, the heat's gone up. Right, so the heat's up. We'll bring that down a bit. Come on. And then we got the timer here, right, so I don't want a Starbucks coffee. Come on, let's get the temperature right. Can't have it too hot. No, that's... And then just a tiny crank there. Tiny bit there. The thing is, right, in real life you'd be able to have like left hand on the pressure, right hand on the heat, and then when you're happy both dials are in the green, that's when you start dispensing it. Oh, speaking of which, let's put a cup in the cup slot like so, and it's ready, and not enough pressure. Come on, what? Oh, I see, this just is constantly fluctuating all the time, so it's a Sisyphean task. Right. Very, very gentle. Yep. That's within range. Okay, now we keep an eye on the timer whilst we're doing this. Too much pressure. Bring the pressure down. Temperature. Bring it down a notch. And it's ready! Okay, so now. Coffee grounds, grade perfect, quality 66.86% pressure. Yeah, temperature was pretty good. The timing apparently was way off. I brewed it for too long. Right, so anyway. Now we've got the... now we lost the information before, but that's okay. So what else have we got over here? We got... what is this? Oh, it's a shower cubicle. Well, that's nice. And you see, in glorious Castile, you do not need privacy when taking a shit, because it is the most patriotic thing a Castilian can do. All glory to Castile. So we are doing this mission at the moment, and here's some people what have been doing like some stuff, and the points. They got points here, and what I don't know what this thing is. It's got a lever. It's just, there's so much detail in this. I think it's brilliant. Oh, look. They've got a fan there. That's good. So anyway, let's go back up again. I'll tell you what, when I make a cup of coffee, it's way easier. I put my coffee in the machine. I put my water in the machine and I'll press the button and it just does it. So let's get the pertinent information. I am here, target is here. Right, now let me show you the map. This is where we're going to do plotting. So as you can see, there's an icon for the iron nest, which is located here. So see, if I zoom in, shows, oh, hang on. So we're 5-5, right, and the enemy is somewhere over here, 4-2, right. So let's draw a red line. I don't know what yellow and whites are, but I know red, right, is for doing a bearing drawing. So 5-5, right, and then I go 4-2. So I have now got my bearing and my range. So we'll get rid of that one because that was a mistake. So 85.7 degrees and 8.87 kilometers. I can probably round that up to, well, let's not round it up. Let's try and be precise about this. I did my measurement. Oh, too many kilometers. Let's bring it down again. Now, did you see, as I dial this up and down, these lights go from green to red? That's showing if I need to get to that range, I'm going to need at least that many pounder charges to do it. So I am going to bring it down to 8.87 kilometers. There we go. So I need at least 2 pounder charges to do that range. Now let's calculate the elevation. 53.22. Right, there we go. Next up, we're going to go and load the ammunition in. So we've got HE round there, standard burst load. Yep. Sorry, I'm looking at that font and I'm thinking to myself, because the attention to detail and everything else in this is great, right? There's something about this font, it just... I tell you what, I know the developers are busy and stuff, right, but I really wish, and I'm no artist, but I really wish, right, I could have a stencil and I could just like start painting on some hammerite pieces of metal, because this looks like hammerite paint, this texture. Hammerite's something you can paint onto bare metal and rust. I don't think you get such clearly defined letters like that, but anyway, I am quibbling over minor things. The only reason I'm quibbling over this stuff, and it's not criticism of the game, it's just the attention to detail on all of this stuff, right, is so good that I'm thinking this is probably something to bear in mind. Because again, the attention to detail on this is all just so good. Right, so we are first going to load the shell in. Oh, let's interact. Oh yeah, so here's your carousel. No, we don't want that. So we just want the standard high explosive round. Let's load it into the breech. Like so, over there. Yep. Now we need to load 2 pounder charges, so we'll pull the lever for charge 1. Then we'll pull the lever for charge 2. Like so. Right, there's 2 pounder charge slope. So we'll shove that into the breech as well. Now let's have a look at this. I love all the animation in this. It's brilliant. Oh, look at that! A worm gear to lock the bolt in place. Beautiful. So we want an elevation of 53.22. Okay, so let's just... 53 is probably about there, like so. Now, whilst it's doing that, let's do some rotation. So we want 87. Whoops, forgot about that. Oh, we're getting there. 80. Well, we're very, very close to the correct rotation and very close to the correct elevation. So let's do elevation first. We'll do some fine adjustments. 52. Oh, 53.22. That's what I'm looking at. 53.22. There we go. Right, so that elevation's dialed in correctly. And now we're going to go ahead and make this 85.7. 85.7, like so. Right. I've got the correct bearing, got the correct elevation, got the right amount of powder charges, I have the correct ammo selected. It's time to use the firing control. So, size, fire mission control, fire mission confirmed, yeah, done that. Shell type confirmed, it's high explosive, yeah. Bearing confirmed, so the bearing is 85.7, yep. Ranging confirmed, 53.22, 53.22, yep. The gun is armed. There we go. Gun's armed now. And we got a big flashing thing there, so let's pull the fun lever. Let's pull the fun plunger. Oh, we get a cutscene. So this plots the trajectory of the artillery shell. And then there's a timer, because of course it doesn't just get there instantly. And some aerial photography of the place what I've done here. So let's have a look. So there's the aerial photography. Now, whatever was in that region is now a glowing crater. And oh look, there's 2 more targets. So what's this saying? I don't know, because we're having a cutscene. So I guess it's High Command on Nest, calibration confirmed, INS is combat ready, stand and await operation orders, retire to your bed to get rested. Victory depends on your readiness at any time. Glory to Castile. So this is Iron Nest. It's a game where you calculate trajectories for artillery and then fire said artillery. If you like artillery, then you'll love this. Or maybe you wouldn't, because it's like, oh, it's just not realistic. I mean, what about the ringing, what about the ringing tinnitus you get from high explosive hearing loss? Oh dear, 1927. This is basically, communists in Spain, they were doing some pretty heinous. I mean, people talk about, oh, Franco was evil, he was a fascist, and you know what? I'm gonna say the Spaniards have got a better knowledge of this than I do. They'd probably be right, so I'm not going to discount them. However, why did Franco come into power? Why did people vote for him? Why did people fight for him? They didn't just fight for him because it's like, we're really evil, we hate people being happy and stuff. No, Franco was a response to this sort of shit. So, yeah, a fictitious game set in 1920s Iberian Peninsula. Yeah. Alright, next mission. Intelligence identified an anti-monarchist element. Oh, well, we can't have that. Let's blow them up then. Right, it's another fun day of getting missions from High Command and plotting trajectories and firing currently the left gun, because the right gun is locked. And I don't know when it gets unlocked. And oh, look at all these reels of paper as well. Anyway, what have we got? So the Iron Nest is at H355. Observation asset, spotter 1 is M875, spotter 2 is 0302. Okay, so we got some stuff. Check the adjacent typewriter for field reports. So we're going to copy that information, that one, and also Glory to Castile. That's important information, I think. Let's just remind ourselves why we're doing all this stuff. What was this? I don't know, but it looks like they're gonna do stuff for that. So we got some target 1 bearing. Is that okay? This is gonna be interesting. So let's show you. Oh, what's that? I've got a bloody horn. Brilliant! This lets people know I'm awake and I'm ready to start causing some discomfort. And we got a new type of ammunition here. These star shells, I believe they're like flares. They're a big flare on the parachute and they light up the battlefield all around. I know submarines and naval warfare use them. So let me just address this little thing. Now, go to the map and I'm going to do some stuff. Right, so spot 1 is M875. I am going to use... I'm going to pick up this bolt. So spotter 1 is an M8. Now, if I was an M, I'd be after L's. Yep, so M8, and he is 7.5. So there's 7.5. Yep, so that's spotter 1. And I'm going to pick up a bolt for spotter 2. And he is an 0302. So where's O? It's after M's, isn't it? So spotter... so he's in 03 and he's in 02. 0302. There we go. Right, so I now mark where the spotters are. Iron nest is there, and we're going to do some drawing on the map. But first of all, let me just address this. There we go. That's addressed. Now. Oh yeah, and we've got a glossary of terms here. So, allies, enemies, reference points. Oh, reference point. That could be quite useful. Underground, armor piercing required. High priority, additional requisition points. Structures are mobile. Infantry, recon. Oh. Artillery. 30 seconds to CBT. I don't know what. 30 seconds to cock and ball torture. Mechanized. Supply caches, and what's that extra bit? I don't know, because my other clipboard's in the way. Oh! One moment, please. What's this? Oh, man. Look at this stuff, right? I've stalled the engine. Great. So that's the starter motor. We got pressure readout on all these pistons. Nice. And how many have we got? But that's all. I should probably just leave this alone for now. But yeah, there's quite a few pistons in this. You should probably just leave that well alone. But I never noticed that before. It's just like, hey, there's a lever there. Where does that go to? Or it goes to the engine bay. So we're supposed to be doing some map readings, not engineering. Okay, so first of all, that was a mistake. Can I right click and delete that? There we go. So we want to make let's use this yellow pencil. So if I go here, and it's a bearing of 087 from spotter 1. So this spotter 1, oops. So he's 7.5. So it's a bearing of 87. So we just go to the edge of the map and we're looking for 87. 87 degrees, spot on the dot. Right, there we go. So there's 87. And that bolt, well, that nut, let's just move it to there. That was only a temporary placeholder, just to remind myself where the stuff is. So you, likewise, go there. And O2 of 0302, yeah. And it is a reading of bearing, I should say, of 44 degrees. Right, so let's go here and 44 degrees, like so. Right, so it's here. Very, very good. Right, so now what we're going to do is I am here at this spot here. Do you see that? 5-5, that's me, Iron Nest. And we're going to take the red pencil and we're going to go and go, and there it is. We've triangulated the location to there, approximately. So that is a range of 13.08 kilometers and a bearing of 65.9 degrees. Alright. Oh, and this thing, I love all the cogs in this, right? But it's a sliding dial, right? So there's armor piercing, high explosive, and HC high explosive. High charge, high explosive? But it shows the relative blast radius of the ammunition types. But so far I haven't had reason to use it. Nor have I had reason to use these marker tokens. I don't know what these are supposed to be. Oh look, those got some infantry on it. That's got reference points, and that's got enemy artillery and stuff. Delete all map measurements. Reset kill tokens. Here's a kill token. There's a friendly kill. Oh. Okay. Again, I don't know what white and yellow is for. It's just a thought, well look, I'm going to use red for doing the Iron Nest, because so far that's worked. And yellow, well that's just to say that's where the spotters are. So anyway, I've done that. And I've got my bearing and my range. Oh, first of all, let's get rid of that, because that's not pertinent. So let's dial in 13.08 kilometers. 13.08 kilometers, like so. And I need a minimum of 3 charges. Calculate required elevation. 52.32. Brilliant. Okay. Oh, look at this. We got some information here. What does that say? Put your distance in. Select number of pounded charges. Calculate gun elevation. So over here, we are going to use a HE shell. Oh, yep. There's a HE shell. Into the breach you go. And we need 3 pounded charges. 1, 2, 3. We got 97 pounded charges in storage. We got pressure for that system. Oh, yeah, need to load it in. And now over here, we need to have an elevation of 52.32. So, locked for loading. While it's busy doing that, let's make sure we got the correct bearing, which is not 85, it's a bit less. So we'll just move it. Oh yeah, I've overshot, never mind. Let's go forward a bit. Or to the right. There we are. Now, 65.9, so let's do some final adjustment. 65.9. Yep, there's 65.9. Elevation, we need that to be 52.32. 52. 52.32, like so. That's good. Right, now let's confirm all this stuff when we go into fire control. So first of all, gun is armed. Right, fire mission confirmed. Shell type confirmed, high explosive. Bearing of 65.9, confirmed. Ranging of 52.32 with 3 charges, confirmed. And the gun's armed, right. And that should take about 32 seconds to reach the target. Really? Well, these aren't supersonic shells then. So what's that, 300 meters a second? Seems a bit slow? I don't know. I don't know what the speed of cannonballs and artillery shells and bullets are. I always assumed they were supersonic. And kaboom! Well, that's something happened. So if I get out of this, let's read what the teletype says. Oh yeah, let's safety first. Don't want to plunge down there whilst I'm trying to do backfiring. Let's see. Target destroyed. Reconnaissance photos transmit. 2 additional hostile elements have been identified in the recon photo. Destroy both before proceeding. Glory to Castile. Okie doke. So what have we got here, which is that's no longer pertinent, that's no longer pertinent, that's no longer pertinent, neither is that. So let's go to the map and we can see we got 2 spots here, and I assume that one and that one. So I'm going to do a HE shell that, in fact, you know what? So if I do one roundabout here, that would get them both. Yeah, because if look, see if I put that there, right? Let's dial it right down. Okay, so that's the minimum a HE shell can do. That's the most a HE shell will do. So if I dial it down to right to here, okay. So this shows me the blast radius of the ammunition. Okie doke. So we'll get rid of that line. We're going to draw a new red line from here to here. Let's go here. There we go. I've got a bearing in the range. Brilliant. I knew that slidey thing wasn't just for show, it's useful. So if I go here and we say we got a range of 12.99, still need 3 powder charges, but we got a new elevation of 51.96. Right, so let's make sure we got a HE round, and we'll load that in like so. And we need 3 powder charges. 1, 2, 3. Ram it in. Right. Let's make the bearing correct. So the bearing needs to be 67.8. 67.8. 67.8. Like so. There we are. And now, are you still... Oh, I managed to do all of that before this was ready. But that's okay. So we'll just wait for this bit to finish spinning. Because I think if you're trying to hold this knob there, you'd probably break your wrist. And also be careful when using a lathe, because of the torque involved, you could easily end up breaking your hand or your wrist doing it. I was fortunate, it never happened to me. Although I did get a scar on my left index finger with a chop saw where a piece of plywood exploded, but never mind that. It's not painful, so I thank God for small mercies. And I thank him for his great mercies too. 51.96 there, and the bearing is 67.8. Alright, we are ready. So let's do this all in the correct sequence. Let's be fastidious about this stuff. Fire mission confirmed. Shell type confirmed. Bearing confirmed. Ranging confirmed. Gun armed. 67.8 correct. 12.99, which means 51.96 correct. Let's fire. Alright, now the main action happens over here, so let's watch the mechanical arm as it draws the trajectory of this projectile. Look at that. I think this is brilliant. This is great. I wonder what that arm's for. Oh, that's if the second shell does something. Yep. That works. So we can get rid of all that stuff. And they're still typing. So let's get rid of this line. But let's read what they're saying. Targets destroyed, phase 1 complete. The second fire mission is now authorised. High Command offers starbursts over the Royal Palace. Star shell only. This is a non-combat operation. Fire in the vicinity of the coordinates below. A ground observer will mark corrections directly on impact recon photos. Adjust and repeat fire until High Command confirms satisfactory burst position. Yellow numbers is distance from impact points to target. Yellow arrows, directions from impact point to target. So approximate illumination coordinates, bearing 262 from spotter 1 and a distance of 4.23 kilometers from spotter 1. Okie doke. Right. Don't think it's time to use the protractor yet, because or compass. I don't think it's time yet to use the compass. So what we're going to do, spotter 1 is M875. So if I go to M8 and 75 is there. Oh, I've forgotten those numbers. I should have probably copied them. So there we go. Right. 262 degrees from spotter 1 and 4.23 kilometers. So if I get this pen, so as a pen cell, M875, M875 is there, and it's 262. And it was 4.23 kilometers. 4.23. And it was 262. 262? 262 dead on. And 4.23. I can do this right. There we go. So now let's draw a red line that matches up with that. Like so. There we go. Bearing of 13 degrees, range of 4.51 kilometers. So we'll go here. We're going to tell it to dial it way back. 451. Like so, and we're going to use 1 powder charge. All these lights are green, so anything from 1 to 6 powder charge will do it. 54.12. Okie doke. So let's make sure we got a star illumination, high lume flare, CT parachute drop. Yep. I don't know what half of those letters mean. And we got 0 load of power charge, which only need 1. So there's 1. And there it is, go in there. Now, we need 54.12, but whilst it's doing that, let's make sure we're at the correct bearing. So this will be doing stuff whilst we're moving to the left. Rotation velocity per second. Turret rotation system pressure. I get a feeling these systems can be compromised, and that's why we have dials on it. But anyway, that's still angling up. So let's make that 13 degrees on the dot. Like so. And this bit needs to be 54.12, so we'll dial it up a bit more. 54.12. 54. There it is. 54.12. There we go. Right. So, can I open up the shutters? Let's see if I can get there. This is the flag of it's not Spain, it's Castile, and it's not what really happened during the Spanish Civil War. It's just, it's an alternate history. Yes. So, let's open up the shutters, shall we? I pressed the button. There's nothing. Oh no, stuff is happening. Oh, the shutters, they're big. What's this say? Engraving registry. The full version of Iron Fist, the names of pre-launch Patreon supporters operated here are engraved here on the gun itself. The INS, I remember, not hidden in paperwork, not buried in a list, etched into iron in the full version of Iron Nest, and the endgame credits record the names of blah 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 blah. So, hey, if you support this game, your name can be there. There probably will be like some sort of restrictions, I'm getting the feeling, so you can't have those spicy names that are so popular on Twitter these days. So let us get this done in order. So the fire mission is confirmed, the shell type is star, it's confirmed, bearing confirmed, bearing 13 degrees, ranging of 54.12 confirmed, and gun is now armed, and fire. Right, so it'll take about 18 seconds to get there. Oh, this is very exciting. Look at it. This is plotting where the left cannon projectile is going. And kaboom! You've destroyed the Royal Palace. It is now a blinding ball of light. Right, so it's saying approximately, like, so this arrow is saying approximately, I mean, I'm just going to sort of say, okay, the sort of distance is there. So let's get rid of that, because we're no longer using that. So, we draw 4.42 kilometers, yeah? And it's sort of, it's either there, it's between these two bits, right? So, anyway, it has to be a distance of 4.42 kilometers. Oh god, actually, can I zoom out a bit? 4.42. 4.42. I know how to count. 4.42. Right, there we go. So now we're going to draw a new red line to this new spot over here, like so. And we got a new bearing and a new range. Very good. So it's 5.71 kilometers away. So we're going to tell the machine we want 5.71 kilometers. And it's telling me I need a minimum of 2 charges. 34.26. Very good. Let's get rid of this one so not to confuse myself. So, same procedure here. A blue shell. Load it in like so. And we need 2 powder charges. So 1, 2. And now this bit here is locked for loading. So whilst it's locked for loading, let's just move the machine. And so we're doing it at a speed of 2.5 degrees a second. Oh, actually, we're getting quite close to it. So bit more, please. And let's do a bit more. Oh, look at that. Only one notch of fine adjustment for the bearing. I'll tell you what, artillery is pretty fun. 34.26, let's get the bit more, and tiny bit more. Oh, look at that. Not as good as the bearing, but that is pretty accurate for the. I mean, these are rough controls, and I'm pretty good with rough controls. Anyway, let's stop being smug and let's get this all done. So first of all, oh yeah, that's my arm gun. Bang! What's that then? I assume that's the Royal Palace. What's that saying? June the 14th, 1927, Cartagena, Eastern Line. Or is that Cartagena? Yo, I am Cartagena. So, High Command, Starburst mission confirmed, fire mission complete, stand down until further notice, glory to Castile. And what's this saying? Oh yeah, that was... The king looks pleased with that last one. I don't think I've ever seen him smile before. Target destroyed. Target still active. One remaining. Continue fire mission. Target 1 destroyed. Oh, okay, yeah. So this is the first bits of information. That's the latest bit of information. Oh, right, because the print head's up there and the print head's... Oh, well, that's a little bit confusing, but okay, that makes sense. So the print head's up there. Well, I should say the type, because it's not printing, it's... Is this a type head or is this a print head? Either way, the king looks pleased with the last one and he's smiling. So, we're done. And it's saying stand down until further orders. Alright, well, that's it then. Well, we can... Actually, out of curiosity... Just out of curiosity, right? I think it's telling me... I'm going to do something really horrible now, okay? Because it's just... I'm going to see if the game lets me do this. And that's the only reason I'm going to do this, okay? Look, I'm just doing a bit of trolling. Just a little bit of trolling. And let's use our yeah, that is. I want it there really, so let's get rid of all this stuff. Blah blah blah. None of that's useful anymore. We're going to do something really horrible, which could be called treason, but I'm just going to... All I'm doing, right, is I am a beta tester, and I'm beta testing this game to see what happens if you do something that's out of the scope of the game. I mean, for all I know, maybe the game developers still we know about this. Right, so we'll get rid of that. You know, someone's looking at this... and they're thinking like, no, you can stand down. No, we didn't need you to fire any more shot. Hey, what shell did you fire? Artillery man, what shell did you fire? So, oh, it's okay, you know, forget about it. 57.72, right, and over here. Hang on. Forgive me, my king, but I'm one of those anarchist dickheads. Yeah, no kings. Let's all live in a commune and have collective ownership of the means of production. Oh, why don't we eat lentils and have a drum circle? But, right, so this bit. And you know what? No more patriotic music. I'm going to listen to rubbish music now. Can I stop this machine? I guess not. It's just going to run and run. So anyway, we've got a shell loaded. We have an elevation which is incorrect. So let's just move it up to here. So we want 57, which is close to 60. Bit more then. 57. Oh, that's very close. 57.72 is what I want. Right, so a high explosive shell at the Royal Palace. Let's see if it's going to let me do this. So can you explain why you did this? Oh, I was wanting to see if it was possible. Yeah, it is possible. The king's dead. Yeah. This is treason. Uh-huh. That's not allowed. Oh, is it not? No. You're to be executed now. Oh dear. If you could please just step out of the artillery vehicle. No, I don't think I shall. Oh, I get some aerial photography updates. And now there's a massive crater where the King's Palace is. Am I going to get any more updates here? No? I'm guessing like the game developers didn't think that nobody would like do like a treasonous action like fire a high explosive shell on the Royal Palace, would they? So we don't need to we don't need to have like some text to say, you traitor, we are going to storm the Iron Nest and come in and shoot you with... I mean, what guns were like the Spanish in the 1920s using? But I'm assuming they would come in here with flamethrowers and guns and grenades and you'd be dead very soon. So anyway, now we've done a bit of treason, let's go have a nap. Lovely, lovely nap. Night of celebration marred by atrocity. On an evening set aside to honour the general's continued pursuit of peace, the anti-monarchists revised all no such pursuit concerned them. No correspondence written in blood of innocence. For sale homes, some reassembly required. Yes. Crater filling and conversion. Turn that unsightly hole into a productive old patriotic pond. Lost small part. Last seen intact before Tuesday evening. Reward offer for usable bricks. Bread prices stable except where explosive. General Fur's commitment to peace. How many times must we turn the other cheek? Royal train arrives backwards. We separate bricks, bone and belongings, respectful and efficient. Inventor claims to have trapped lightning in the jar. Senor Delgado. No, hang on. Senor Delgado of Zaragoza claims success in capturing infinite electricity within the reinforced glass vessel. The Ministry of Fraud Prevention is shocked by the claim. Ha 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 ha. Ah, good. I guess destroying the Royal Palace makes no bearing to the story whatsoever. It's just like, you know what? You go ahead and bomb the Royal Palace now we've given you the coordinates. That's fine, buddy. Anti-monarchist forces, definitely not me, have maintained an occupation of Ciudad Real. Hang on. One moment, please. If I go translate, and I want it in Spanish, and Ciudad Real. Oh, I've got caps lock on. Ciudad Real. Now, have I typed it? No, I've typed it in wrong. I put in Ciudad. It's Ciudad. Yeah. How do I pronounce that?
Ciudad Real.
Ciudad Real.
Ciudad Real.
Ciudad Real. Ah, that was pretty close to the mark. I you know, considering I don't speak Spanish, I thought that's you know, the Spaniards would look at me and go, sir, I speak very good English. Tell me in English. But, oh, very good, yeah. I'm looking for Ciudad Real. Ah, another glorious day. And, why is it listing... Oh, I guess the machine's walking. Blimey. Anyway, let's have a bit of coffee whilst the machine stomps to its location. Bloody hell. You know what? Oh yeah, we're going to have some coffee, weren't we? So, pressure's too high, temperature's too high, and I think the machine's busy finishing its walk now. Temperature's going down, pressure's going down. Right, it's coffee there. And cup slot there. Right, we're ready for that. So let's adjust that down a bit, increase that a bit, bring it down, and right, coffee's ready. Stop. God, that is not a relaxing way to make coffee. So the quality, pressure, temperature, timing was 0%. But I was close to that. There's a very thin margin of error there, isn't there? I tell you what, I don't think I've got it cut out to be a barista. What I lack in my coffee brewing skills, I think I make up with treason and destroying the royal palace. So anyway, I am now here, am I? What's this? High Command. The city is to be cleared of hostile elements. Destroy 5 hostile infantry units within the designated urban sector. Requisition consoles authorized for ammunition and powder charge procurement at your discretion. Repositioning complete. The INS is now I-653. So I'm there, yeah. Observation assets are here. And let's have a look at the adjacent typewriter. Right, so what am I looking at? You know what? Well, let's get rid of the coffee stuff, because... Okay, so... This should give me all the information I need to triangulate bearing on these 3 infantry slots. Infantry 4 and 5, we'll get to it later. So, We're dialed in for high explosive. Let's make some markers. Right, so spotter 1 is F9. So where's F? F9, and you are in 9-3. So 9-3 is that one there. So that's a spotter. Right, now spotter 2 is J582. So where is J, K, L? You can tell I don't know my alphabet very well. H, I, J. I wasn't at school when they was saying the alphabet. I skipped that lesson. J582. 82. And then C137. C1 and then 37. C1. C1. 37. So where's a 3? There's a 7. Is that right? No, there's 2 7. There's 3 7. So there's all my spotters. There's me. And let's draw some lines. So bearing 222 from spotter 1. You're spotter 1 because you're in F9. So I'll move you out of the way. So bearing of 222 degrees from spotter 1. 222. Vanaholyath. I love how every language, or European language, it's the same name for carrot. Even in Russian it is carrot. In French it's carotte. And in English it's carrot. So now, bearing 222 from spotter 1. Bearing 271 from spotter 2. Bearing 271 from spotter 2. Spotter 2 is J5. Bearing of 271. But in Spanish, a carrot is Vanaholyath. I do not know why. Why is every European language it's carrot, 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 carotten? Actually, you know what? Let me just have a look. Carrot in various languages. Carrot in different languages. In different languages. Saying carrot in European languages. So Albanian, carota. Basque is Azinaloia. Can you spell that for me?
Azenarioa.
Azinalia.
Azenarioa.
In White Russian, it's Makruni. Makruni. Bosnian, it's Tharaglepa. In Bulgarian, it's Morkov. Kalatan, it's Pastanaga. Pastanaga. Corsican, it's Carota. Croatian, Mrkva. Czech, it's Mrkev. Danish, it's Gulerod. Really?
Gulerod.
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 Gulerod. It's not. She's not saying Gulerod. She's saying it.
Gulerod.
There is a sound there, and I have no idea how to replicate it.
Gulerod.
Gule. Okay.
Gulerod.
Gule. Gulerod. I want to say ro. What if I just say Gulero? Gulero. Ah, fuck me.
Gulerod.
Anyway, Dutch it's wortel.
Wortel.
Wortel. Oh, okay. I thought it was carrot in Dutch. Estonia it's porgrand. Finnish it's porkana. Really?
Porkkana.
Porkana. That just, I'm sorry, but that just sounds like a swear word.
Porkkana.
Porkana. French is garot.
Carotte.
Frisian, it's, well, Frisian's not a real language anyway. It's Old English. Warato. Galatian, oh come on, Galatian's not a real language.
Thenoria.
Yeah, it's Xanahoria, but with a thing. In German, it's Karot.
Karotte.
Karotte, okay, yeah. Greek, it's Karoto.
Karoto.
Hungarian, it's what? I don't know Hungarian.
Sárgarépa.
Yeah, it's that. Icelandic, it's like Danish.
Götro.
Gudro.
Götro. Götro. Götro.
Gudro.
Götro.
Gudro. Sorry, I can't do it. I only know how to make like certain sounds with my mouth. I can't do click click dirk dirk languages. Apparently in Irish, it's not called a carrot. It's called carrot. Anyway, Italian. Let's have a listen to that.
Carota.
Yeah. Latvian.
Burkans.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I thought more languages it was carrot. But anyway, the point is, oh come on, Luxembourgish. That's not. It's not Moe. In Luxembourg it is garot. And I know that because I've spoken to people in Luxembourg before. And when I've said bonjour, they go, bah, bonjour. They understand French. Macedonian is not a real place. Maltese, it's... no, Maltese, it's carrot. I know that because the Maltese speak English. Norwegian?
Gulrot.
So there's a lot of gulrot sounds. Polish isn't a real language, it's just people torturing their vowels. Portuguese, it's not Xenohoria. This is really interesting, isn't it?
Sinore.
Yeah. What else have we got? Come on, let's have Russian. Morkov. Morkov.
Markov.
Markov. Well, why is there no F at the end of that? Well, you've got an ov. It's phonetically it's written Morkov. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that's pronounced Morkov.
Markov.
Yeah, why is it not written MAR then? Why have you written it MORKOV?
Markov.
That is not Markov, that's Morkov. Anyway, what else we got? Serbian is like Spanish. Slovak is like Russian. Slovenian is Kolensek. That's different to Czech then. I'm surprised about that. If I go back up to Czech, it's Molokov as well. But Slovenian, it's Kolensek, or however that's pronounced. But anyway, Spanish.
Zanahoria.
Thanaholia. And Swedish, it's like Russian for some reason.
Morot.
Morot. And Tatar is not a European language. And Ukrainian is, it's definitely not Margov. It's Morgov.
Morkva.
Yeah, okay. That's just Russian but drunk. And in Welsh it's Moron. No, I've been to Wales, right? When I've asked like the carrots, they go, there's the carrots. They're next to the potatoes. I'm sorry, these are not... I'm having too much fun with this when really I should be focusing on artillery and not the pronunciation of carrots in various languages. Right, bearing 294 from spotter 2. Hang on, I've already triangulated the position of one thing, so let's make sure I've got this correct. So what am I looking at? So infantry 1 is that. Infantry... this is a different one. So 294 from spot 2 and then 355 from spot 3. Right, so infantry 2. Let's plot that. So spotter 2 is J5. So there's J5. and it was 294 degrees. You know what, let's do it one at a time, because we can only fire one. Oh no, we can load 2 shells at once. Can I? No, you can't see what my fingers are doing, but imagine you're splaying your fingers or your legs, you know, going like split fire stuff. Can I make these barrels point in different left-right directions as well as different up-down directions? Because if I can, then that means I can hit 2 targets at once, and not just like 2 targets in a line. What's this? Requisition credits. I've got 100 of them. Okay. Alright. I will focus on just one target at the moment, which is this infantry one. Because it hadn't told me how to do it. Okay, so... Right, we'll just do... we'll plot one thing in, and we'll get all that ready. Right. So now we've got a bearing and a range. One thing at a time. Let's not try and overcomplicate things. 5.49. We need 2 power charges. 32.94, right. So, we're using, oh, I need to requisition some stuff. What have I got? Thermite, unavailable demo. Right, let's make sure I'm alright on powder charges. Yeah, so I've got 180, 90 in each barrel. So I'm just going to ask for... Well, let's see. I've got... How many targets? I have... Look in the other typewriter. We have 5. So if I order 6 shells, that should be more than enough, right? So how do I oh. Into the left magazine, yep. And 2, 3. So there we go. And then we'll do one more in there. I can always requisition more later, right? Oh, there we go. They're just magically there. That's nice. I like that. So we won't do this one first. But anyway, 3294. So we want to get this ready. So we'll load in the HE round, like so. Yeah. I always pull that plunger first because I'm still not familiar with the controls, and I forget that plunger pulls down to select the next thing in the magazine. So we need 2 charges, and then that's ready. Yep. So can you oh. So we got that loaded in like so. Let's make the bearing correct. 282. 288.2. Why does this remind me of Wallace and Gromit's Grand Day Out? All these dials and stuff, they're very, yeah, very reminiscent of that. So anyway, I got that in, but I haven't calculated I haven't plotted a, so that's the turret. Oh, right, okay, so right gun elevation. We can link them. Don't want to link them. I wonder, right? Like, obviously the game designer said, well, there must be a reason why we have two barrels. What if, like, because there's bunkers later on in this game, what if you have armor-piercing shells, right? And you blow up a bunker and you've breached it, and it's like, oh good, you got into that bunker, but they're still around, so then you blast it with a high explosive to follow afterwards. I don't know. There must be a reason why you've got two barrels and you can link them and you can, like, do a double blast. Like, I mean, what wouldn't be destroyed by one blast could be destroyed by two? So anyway, we need a bit a range bearing of 32.94. I'm thinking, like, why have we got, like, these two barrels? There must be a reason. 32.94. 32.94, right. Bearing 282.2, and gun is 32.94. Right, so fire mission is confirmed. Shell type HE confirmed. Bearing confirmed. Ranging confirmed. Right gun confirmed. Fire. Oh no. Oh no. Shit. Right, so, you know all that stuff I did, right? Have you noticed the deliberate mistake I've made? Iron Nest is an I-653. So, probably would have been a good idea to double check that before I got everything else done right. I-653. Hey ho. So I'm there. Now we can see positions of some more infantry units. So they're still there. So let's try that again, shall we? Just to confirm, Iron Nest is I-653, yeah. And, right, so we got a new bearing, which is 260 degrees at 6.31 kilometers. So, we need 37.86. Okay. And we're gonna use the left cannon this time. So, just go ahead and, yeah, ram that one in. We need 2 charges. So let's get 2 charges to go. 1 charge, 2 charge. Oh yeah, and then ram that in. So this one, locked for loading, it says. I mean, all of the stuff I've put in a clipboard is things which is pertinent to what I'm trying to do, right? So if I had just, like, paid attention to that, I could have gone, oh yeah, where am I? Because to triangulate, you need 3 points. We got spotter 1, spotter 2, and INS. That creates a triangle. 37.86. Oh, very close. Very close. Anyway, there's 37.86. Let's make the bearing 260 degrees. I think this is brilliant. Bit more. Oh, I've gone a bit too far, haven't I? And then just tiny bit of adjustment. There we go. Right, so now first of all, let's arm the gun. Right, gun's armed. Yep, 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 yep. And gun is armed. Now let's make sure I've got everything right this time. 37.86, yep. High explosive loaded, yep. Range of 6.31 kilometers, which means 37.86. Bearing of 260 degrees. And my iron nest thing, I've put in correctly this time, so this should all be good. Now let's have a look at the plotter. Oh dear, I've destroyed some infrastructure. Whoops. Well, this time that was a bit better. So let's see what this bit's over here is saying. Direct hit infantry number 1 is destroyed. Right, so infantry 1 I don't need to know about anymore. So 222 and 271 can be struck off. So that's fine. Infantry 2 is a bearing of 294 degrees. You know what? We're going to do this in order. We're going to be very sensible this time. We're going to do everything in order. We're not going to confuse things. Infantry 3 is going to be, you know, later. So, Infantry 1 struck off. Infantry number 2, 294 and 355. Right. So, and I know where all the spotters are. Okay, so let's go back to the map, and we're going to delete all map measurements. Yep, because we don't need that anymore. So now we need a bearing of 294 from spotter 2. Spotter 2 is in J5. So where's J5 then? If I was a J, I would be after D, wouldn't I? Would I be before L? Yep, look, there's J. So J5, there we go. It's somewhere around here. J5, 82. So there's 82. Oh yeah, let's use the yellow pencil. 82, and it's a bearing of 294 degrees from spotter 2. Right, so bearing of what? 294? 294? And exactly 294 degrees. Yep. Oh look, we got some infantry here. And then 355 from spotter 3. Spotter 3 is in C1, 37. So C. Oh, you're in the way. C1 37. Yep. So 355 degrees from. But I can't see it because I'm zoomed in too much. So 355 degrees from. And yeah, okay, so let's use the blast template. Now, I reckon one shell should get both of these buggers. I reckon, yeah. Look, we'll just do it there, like so. Let's get it to that bit. Because this bit, this infantry thing here, that's an extra thing. That's that was spotted with our careful bit of reconnaissance we did. So we go to there. That's going to favour more that one than that one. But let's see if that's close enough. Right, so 7.05 kilometres, 291.3 degrees. So 7.05. 42.3 and 291.3. Right, so we'll go ahead here. We'll load that one like so. And we need 2 charges in there, so charge 1, charge 2, like so. Blam blam. And we'll go to 200. Oh, yeah, ram it in. So now, let's make it 290 degrees. Oh, 291.3. We'll go here, and we need 42.3, so a bit more. Oh. Bit more. There was this game before my time on telly called The Golden Shot, where people would call in and they'd say left a bit, right a bit, up a bit, down a bit, fire. And if you got the golden shot, you won a grand prize. So we are looking for 42.3. Of course, you can't have those sorts of shows anymore because it's a bit too violent. It's a bit gauche. 42.3 and 291.3 degrees. 291.3 degrees. 42.3. Okay, so arm the gun and let's rotate all these switches. Kabloomy! Wonder what it would be like to fire both guns simultaneously. Maybe I should do that just for a bit of fun. Or I could do a Star Shell and a HE. Well, those are both dead. That's what we call 2 birds with 1 high explosive stone. War result, probable enemy ammunition cache across the river. Priority target designated. Recon flight of a grid P4. Confirm position, then neutralise with AP ordnance. Recon plane requisition card has been issued. Present card at requisition control for his overflight. Okie dokie, piddly pokey. And I've got 85 requisition credits left, so we will have a scout plane. Oh, we have to tell it where we want it to go. So that is... we have dealt with that one, right? So we'll get to the infantry later, but first of all, grid P4. Right, let's do grid P4 then. P4 and a bearing. No bearing confirmed, just yeah, just do that. So recon plane over grid P. Gyro scout sending recon photo street, check map. Ah, so that's the target there. And that is a armoured target. So let's have a look. Do we have anything in that magazine? No, nothing in there. We've got stuff in there, so let us go ahead and order an AP shell. which is that one, like so. Yep. Let's make sure. And we want it for the right magazine. Wow, it's as if by magic. I hope in the final version of this game they will show some animation, like maybe somewhere at the top or somewhere at the bottom these shells are loaded into the magazine, or the sides. There needs to be a way of showing like how this magic ammo gets into there, because at the moment we ain't got that. Right, so let's go to the map, shall we? And we're going to get rid of these lines, like so. And here's me. Oh yeah, red pencil. And we want to get to this dude here. Oh, in fact, you know what? Let's get really accurate, because armor-piercing shells. In fact, you know what? Let's use the tool that is specifically designed for this use scenario. Right? So we'll go ahead, right, we'll put this tool, and we'll select AP, which is, you know, tiny little hole like that. There we go. So the bunker, I'm assuming, is right there. Okie doke. Right. We definitely need to be precise with this one. We can't just, you know, whack a HE on it and hope for the best. So that, I would say, there. Right, 101.1, 7.56. Okay, so we want 7.56 here. 7.56, 2 charges. We have a number. We'll go ahead and do a bearing of... Go the other way. Let's just do it like that for a bit for now. And let's go ahead and load this in. So first of all, load the armor-piercing shell in. And then we need 2 powder charges. So 1, 2. Yep. And now can you... Right, and that's still... I'm telling you just to rotate slowly because it's giving me plenty of thinking time. So, locked for loading. Alright, let's be a bit faster with this. On 101.1, there we go. And this bit, we're going to bring it down to 45.36. So 45.36. There we go. Okie dokie, piddly pokely. I would say we are ready to do the fire mission. So, ready? Click, 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 bang! I have never been more excited about plotting vectors before. This is brilliant. Oh! Smash! Eat shit! You're dead. What are they saying? Congratulations, you're a crack shot. 2 hostile infantry units remain in the urban sector. Complete their destruction in detail. That's a technical term for destroy them utterly. So, intelligence is incomplete, intelligence is incomplete. Yeah, we all know about that. I am going to have a bit of fun. So, what is it going to do here, right, is... Yeah. So, HE, in you go, right? And we're going to requisition a star shell. So, a star shell, yep. And that's for the left magazine. Like that. Now, let's rotate the magazine. No. Ah, you daft bugger. That's the left magazine. No, I meant the right one. There we go. Well, we got some few more requisitions, so that's alright. Yeah, look, there it is. Right. Push that one in there, like so. And now we're going to do some... let's do some targeting. So, we got one here and we got one there. So, let's dial us up to HP size. Unfortunately, I can't smack both. Well, now here's the thing, right? If this was there or there, then I would be shooting in a straight line, right? And I could angle one barrel to there and angle the other barrel slightly up to there, because they would be in a line. But because where I am, you know, this is not a line. It's a they're not lined up. So anyway, I think on this one, because this one's like good and easy, right? This one I'll probably have to be a bit more precise with to not hit friendly assets, like civilians and hospitals. Don't want to hit those. But yeah, here, this thing... Oh, bollocks. No. Get rid of all that. No. Get rid of that. So if I move this here, for example, you know, that's pretty good. Delete all map measurements. Yep. And do you know what? There was one more thing I wanted to do, right? We haven't used the protractor yet in this game. So I am going to get the protractor out. Right, so spotter 1 is in F993. So if I look at F993, here's spotter 1. And 4.97 kilometers. 4.97. Right. So that is 4.97 kilometers from spotter 1. Now spotter 3 is C137. C137 is over here. C137. There's 37. And you are 3.77 kilometers from this spot. Right, so 3.77. Which confirms this bit here. There we go. Very good. So if you haven't got bearing but you've got 2 ranges, you can still triangulate, which is what radar does, and sonar. But anyway, we are focused on this one here. So we are going to draw a red line of death from artillery to the unfortunate target we wish to meet its maker. Now, 247.2. So 6.2 kilometers. And we need 2 charges. We have a range number. So now we're loading 1, 2. And we'll do the same over here. Yeah. Now let's make sure we've got the correct scrolly. Well, I'm just wiggling the thing around. Man, I love this. I have not played a game that's this interactive in I don't know what. I love all the dials in this. Why are there not more games like this, frankly? So now I need... These are linked, so we need 37.2. Now let me have a look here. What does this say? That says nothing, and there's no error of elevation there, so that's all good. These are like proper calibrated and everything. So now, God, this is going to be exciting. A double whammy. So we have a star and a high explosive. And now, yep, both of these arms are working. They're tracking both left and right guns. And... kabang! Yeah. Well, you're not alive anymore. What's this saying? It's saying 2 hours rain in the urban sector complete the destruction detail. Oh yeah, well that's not new. Ammo cache destroyed, additional requisition, direct hit infantry number 4 destroyed. So now we're just going to go ahead and destroy the last one. So let's delete all map measurements like so. And we're going to destroy this one here. So let's get rid of that. Go in there. Draw a line to there like so. Let's put on the destroy explodo blast calculator. That's good. Shouldn't be any friendly fire then, one would hope. And I have my bearing, I have my range. Do I have any ammunition? I've got a star shell, and I've got a high explosive shell. Oh, shall we do another double whammy? Yeah, let's do another double whammy. There's always been games, right, where there's been big artillery pieces, and I always go to myself, why do they take so much time? I can see they've reloaded, why aren't they bloody firing? Well, the answer is, I've loaded that into the thing. Now I need to put powder charges in, and I need to calculate the trajectory. So 5.8. We need 2 charges. 34.8. That's going to be the angle, and the bearing is 261.5. Right. So 1, 2, and we'll do the same over here. 1, 2. Ram it in. Ram that in. And now let's make sure the bearing's correct. A little bit to the right. Bit too much. Let's dial it back gently. It's 261.5. Like so. These are still linked and they're going to be doing it at the previous angle. Well, we want 34.8, so let's just bring it... Oh, hang on. Okay, so... Too much. That is very close. We want it just to bring it a bit up. There we go. Right, so 261.5 and then 34.8. 261.5, 34.8. Okie dokie. That espresso's hitting the spot. Can you imagine the fun people would have had in a battleship doing all this stuff? Whilst they're being shot at and whilst they're going up and down on the sea. Sector clear, local garrison will consolidate from this point, stand down until further orders, glory to Castile. You know what? Brilliant. How many requisition points do I have left? 90. That's great, isn't it? How many powder charges do I have left? 74 in there, 74 in there. I would say we've done a pretty good job today. So we'll just put that to the side. And... let's go down to bed. Do that. Don't want anything following me down here, do we? I don't know about you, but considering how this all sort of goes around, maybe it would be good if there was like a seatbelt or some sort of securing harness for the bed, because, I mean, you saw how this lurched about. But anyway, this is Iron Harvest. What a great game. The Royal City is reclaimed. Ciudad Real. The Royal City is restored to the crown this morning as the general drives the anti-monarchist occupation for its streets. The city, His Majesty the King, was pleased to learn, is almost majority intact. Okay. The Sierra Otajaros delivers Ciudad Real. The General's Sierra Otajara artillery observation units have been credited for the decisive actions in the liberation of Ciudad Real, marking what military observers are calling the first genuinely practical application of aircraft in warfare. A source in military intelligence described the aircraft as a significant advancement in the science of knowing where things are, and notes that this provides a critical first step in blowing things up. Lost in short insurance home revised terms. For sale earplugs, block out noise, fear and rumours. Now sad issue for loyal household sciences safety. We know about the inventor claims to have trapped lightning in a jar. Trust what you are told. For sale mystery meat, freshly landed this morning. Scientists reveal mechanical bull for safer festivals injures 12 instantly. A new steam-driven ball designed to modernise traditional festivities debuted in Salamanca to roaring applause and immediate evacuation. Officials call the incident a resounding success in kinetic enthusiasm. The project will continue pending repairs to both bull and plaza. For sale, children's toys recovered from various locations, cleaned and ready. When wanted, witnesses to nothing unusual. Good memory and steady nerves required. Official stamps prepared for you. Price is 1 centimo. Oh, that's a good price. What do you mean copy 1895? These... Oh, I don't know. Oh, it's 1927. So what we got? We got uncontested engagement. Exposed position. Being forced to play artillery across the river. Response to recent operation. Listen to it. INS been cleared for active engagement on direct fire conditions for the first time. Probably needs me to act fast, and that one's probably needs me to act easy. You know what? What's his name said? Sun Tzu. He says, "If you feed your soldiers prior to battle, they will be more effective at fighting. You should fight your enemy where they're weak, not where they're strong." Yeah. Baleles insulae alla gymnasia. Baleles minan. Oh, look at these people. Look at. Didn't they do well? They've got some points, and they don't they have interesting names? Oh, such interesting names there. You know, these are names that people have. Challenge mission high scores. Who else do we have? When we look here, we got, you know, just points we have there. You don't even have a name. That's useless. Knax, Dat Noob, done pretty good there. You don't have a name. You suck. But isn't that nice? Bionic Beagle, Dylan Chaos, Operator, Wendigo, and then we have Catboy. I'm not saying that name. That's just... I'm just not saying it. I'm too bloody hot, and I've got some sangria in the fridge and ice cubes in the freezer. So I'm just going to have a siesta now. After all glory to Castile. Yeah. This game... I have what's the word? Wish listed it, because I really want to play more of this game, and I want to see, like, is there a point to firing both guns at once besides the lol factor? Because that was great fun. What a great game, and it's free. It's this was a demo, right? And there's no time limit to the demo. And as you can see, there's more missions to do. So, what a great demo. I mean, that's like this demo, it makes me want to play more. I want to see more of this game. And, you know, I would like to have thought, if you've seen this and you've been watching it this far, you too will want to play this game, because, oh my god, that is just... I've not enjoyed a demo or a game this much in quite a long time. What fun! Anyway, if you haven't been watching up to this point, thanks for watching. And I'm going to play some more.